So greetings from Pennsylvania once again. We're still up here in Lycoming County, here in Loyalsock State Forest. We're now currently in that northeastern corner of Lycoming County. And over here is the Devil's Elbow Natural Area. Kind of a cool name for a place. It's named after, down this way on the road, there's a really sharp turn. It's called the Devil's Elbow. That's what it's named after. But we're going to head out here. I think it's called the Spring Trail. Let me show you. Yeah, so right over there, the sign, Devil's Elbow Natural Area. There's plenty of parking over here. I think this is Ellington Mountain Road. We're gonna make our way. So I am making it a goal of mine to visit every natural area here in Pennsylvania. I've been to quite a few already. Each one has something kind of unique about it, either geological, nature-wise, or sometimes history. On the purple lizard maps that I use, which I might show you later, they do have a purple lizard out here. So I'm not sure what that is, but we'll see. And also, several years ago we were here. The high point, where I was doing those county high points in Pennsylvania, the highest point in Lycoming County is out this way off trail. But I never did the whole loop. So that's what we're gonna do today. It's a beautiful day. I should have put on another shirt there. It's kind of chilly up here. But I kind of like it that way. But yeah, we're doing a number of things today here up in Loyalsock, Lycoming County. We just did Miners Run Falls and Rock Run Falls. We're going to visit some CCC camps in a bit, and then we're going to be camping overnight. Looking forward to all that. Using my big tent tonight. But it is a beautiful day up here. So it's a blue blaze trail, but I'm not sure if I've ever seen a more confusing. What in the world is all this? Of course, when they're staggered like that, like this bottom one, that means the trail goes off to the right, but then right above it, there's like 4 blazes here. So that's a trail. But then up here, there's also a blue blaze suggesting you go this way, but this is where we're gonna go. I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyway, this looks more like the trail anyway. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I see another blue blaze up there. Kind of confusing, but anyway. Yeah, quite a breeze. Of course, it doesn't make sense. We're in the highest point in Lycoming County. Well, roughly speaking, it's just off trail up here. Ooh. Yeah, because up here is another blue blaze. Looks a little more faded, but I don't know, maybe they rerouted the trail or something, but anyway, we're just gonna keep going. I do remember all these little muddy areas. The leap. That's why I call it the Spring Trail. Lots of springs. Maybe see some wildlife. Be cool to see a bear just wander across the path up here. But like I said earlier, I've been here before. I just never hiked the whole loop. And I wasn't necessarily here for the natural area itself. I was just trying to get to the high point. So I'm back just to kind of soak it in some more, the whole experience. Kind of got a cool name too, the Devil's Elbow. Yeah, there's another blue blaze. I'm pretty sure this is still the trail. Not sure what was going on back there. And speaking of the Devil's Elbow, I think I mentioned this a little bit some time ago, but when we were up at the Black Shannon meetup with the gang, a couple of guys brought up devil monkeys, some cryptid I'd never heard of before. That's supposed to inhabit Appalachia and certain places in Pennsylvania, like Kinzoo Bridge State Park. I never heard of them, but a name like Devil's Elbow makes me think of them. Supposedly they're like some little cousin to Bigfoot or something. Devil monkeys. So you know I'm doing a video on that sometime. Got to research into them more. Not that I want to meet anything like that out here. Beautiful trail. Yeah, lots of ferns. A couple weeks they'll be even more fuller grown. And there's a smell out here. Some flower, maybe some flowering tree is blooming. Smells amazing. Looks like they mow this every now and then. I think, well, I remember being here years ago, is quite a bit more overgrown. But yeah, you know, pretty quiet woods. I'm not really even hearing, not really even any birds singing really. There were a few earlier, but who knows? We got some, these are cherry trees, black cherry trees. There's a decent sized one right there. We don't often see large cherry trees down in my part of the state. You know, look at them, black cherry. I just figured out those confusing blue paint signs earlier. That's where the loop starts. It was telling you that you could go either this way or that way. So when I looked off to the left, the trail went this way and that way, or we're coming back that way. That's what that is. It's kind of confusing there. So it's telling you that the trail could go to the right or to the left. It makes a loop. So that's what that is. It just clicked in my head all of a sudden. Also, those flowers I'm smelling, I'm almost sure are the black cherry trees blossoms. All right, so yeah, 2 things figured out. But now we need to figure out why the birds aren't singing. Maybe we don't want to know why. I did hear a raven earlier. Just looking at these little pine cones here. These look like they belong to the larch or the tamarack. Guessing that must be this tree right here. Guessing. I think that's what they are. Yeah. The only evergreen or pine needle tree that actually loses its leaves or its needles in the winter, grows new ones each spring. You know, all other pine trees slash conifers are evergreens. They keep their leaves. Just have the sign of the wind in the pines or the spruce trees. Definitely a kind of a unique habitat to find here in Pennsylvania, at least compared to most places we hike. A lot of young trees too. It's probably logged over some time ago. But once again, it's just quiet, which is unusual for this time of year. Maybe we're not the only thing out here. All right, more mud. But here's where our trail is starting to turn. And years ago, when I did the high point of this county, somewhere around here is where I went off trail, up that way somewhere in this general area. Wasn't much of a high point. We're kind of on like a plateau here, but you know, I tried as best I could to get to every single one. Oh, you hear that? There are birds out here. Just very quiet though. This is May 28th. Usually it's just the woods are full of the birds singing. There's plenty of bugs though. For all my glasses. This feels like one of those trails that just doesn't get used much. But you know, we like those kind of trails. Wow, it's just change in scenery. It's awesome looking hemlock forest. We're definitely on some kind of old road. You can see how it's built up here. Not sure when this was built or entirely for what. Still don't know what that purple lizard is for either. If there's some, I don't know if there's some ruins back here or something interesting. We'll see. Kind of a cool forest, though. Just saw a deer. Jeez, I was just doing one of those things where I set the camera down and filmed me walking. And there was a deer up here. The only wildlife we've seen. But I think he's probably spooked, gone. Alright. Yeah, but that deer was just right up here. Probably long gone. Alright. You know, in all honesty, there's a degree of spookiness to this trail. You throw in the name, you know, the Devil's Elbow. It's awfully quiet out here. Just even the, I don't know, the woods itself. Yeah, degree of spookiness. All right. I'm still intrigued by this road. Once again, it's clearly cut through here. A pile of stones on either side. I mean, they went through a lot of effort to make this road. I don't know, I feel like it wasn't just like a logging road or something. But I haven't really seen any like definite like foundations or anything like that yet. Who knows, maybe walk past them. The woods get pretty thick in places. Actually, some signage out here. Sand, I call it the spring trail. It's a sand, the spring trail. So you could go straight, but it tells you to go this way. So I'm gonna check my map. I'm gonna see where we're at. Maybe I'll show you the map. Head this way. All right, so here's our map for Loyal Sock State Forest. Loyal Sock from Purple Lizard Maps. Here's the McIntyre Wild area. We were down here at some waterfalls earlier, but we were up here at the Devil's Elbow natural area. I think we must be right here. The trail goes straight, but we go this way. And there's our purple lizard right there. So we've already come this far. This is where we start taking a loop back, it looks like. So wherever this purple lizard is, maybe it's up this way. I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. Yeah, so our trail heads that way, but I'm curious as to what's up here. This is where our old road goes. Got a plane flying overhead. That's our first one on this trail. I'm just gonna take a look up here, see if there's anything interesting. So how does that saying go? Curiosity killed the cat. Hopefully it doesn't do that to us. I just want to check. Like I said, this old road seems significant to me. Just walk up a ways before turning back. Alright, back to our Blue Blaze Trail. I went up there a little ways, didn't really find anything. Trail kind of sort of ended anyway. So that purple lizard that's on a map, if you're not familiar with purple lizards and purple lizard maps, wherever they put a purple lizard, it means there's something of interest there. It could be a waterfall, it could be ruins, an overlook, or all kinds of stuff. You never know. So we'll see what this one might be. And I think there's one of those balloons back here. Yeah, that bright pink thing. I think we'll pack that out. That don't belong back here. Looks really out of place. Yeah, I wonder if it has a name or a place. Sometimes it's been out here for a while. Alright, we'll get that out of here. Alright, I'm pretty sure that balloon was not our purple lizard. Let's see what is down here after that little detour. I think I remember reading that there's some kind of a pond down here. So maybe that's what it is. Not really seeing anything just yet. We're back into a dark hemlock forest. I love sections like this. Gives it a spookier feel. Like I was talking about earlier, but I love these sections. Back that whole purple lizard. I mean, this section of woods through here could be the purple lizard. Just a beautiful hike through here under the hemlocks. You know, it's still just quiet too. I know I keep bringing that up, but it is unusual for this time of year to be in the woods and not really hear the birds singing. Usually they're just going full tilt. They're singing. I heard one over there, bug fly up my nose. But yeah, they're still migrating too, so maybe they just haven't made it here yet. All right, I'll let that go. I guess it's just kind of odd. Lots of mud. Yeah, a lot of mud. Ooh. Those are just coming out, oozing out of the ground. There's like a little spring right there. Some rocks to walk on now. Huh. I think we could go up around maybe. Ooh, that gush is in. Well, here's a buck rub from last. Whoops! I slipped from last fall. So definitely are deer out here, obviously. You're looking down there. It looks like there's an open area way off in the distance. Not sure what that is. We're still like hiking an old road here too. You can see how it's kind of cut into the hill. Quite a few more, several more buck rubs here. And our first sign of any infrastructure whatsoever. a bridge, which I'm not sure what this is. It's just a chunk of sheet metal. You can see our old road going up there. That makes noises. That's a beautiful stream though. Wonder where that sheet metal came from, unless they dragged it out here. I know it's too late, but I just saw another deer run through the woods there. They're too quick, you know. By the time you see them, you know, to get the camera out. But anyway. And our trail is getting increasingly muddier. And is that a sign that we're sinking in there? Let's see here. Maybe up and around over here. Ooh. Getting wet feet a little bit. No big deal. I don't know how to get past this. Anyway, I'll get back to you. Well, we finally captured something on camera for you guys to see, wildlife-wise. One of these red F's. Boy, doesn't he stand out. There he is. Hey there, little buddy. Pretty cool to see him out here. Oop, too close. There we go, our first actual creature on camera, besides ones I told you I saw. A couple of deer. Yeah, just lots of wet areas here. But yeah, cute little red eft, also known as the red spotted salamander. Every now and then there's remnants of some kind of an old bridge or something to make it easier. Like even here, there was at one point, you see the logs stacked across. They're working on being rotten completely. So at some point in the past, there was a little bit more love given to this trail, I think. Oh, I just see, if we saw that way up there was another deer. Some sirens going off, so we must be close to the road. Yeah, I don't know if you could see that. Oh, spider web. This might be right where the deer saw me and kicked its hooves off. Dug up the ground a little bit there. Went up into there. All right, we've got a blue arrow. So I don't think the trail turns. I guess just up ahead here it turns. I get the feeling there's some kind of marshy or swampy area in the middle, like our trail just went all the way around. So all this water that's on the trail seems to be draining that way. All right, yeah, there's a double blaze up here. So I think if you continue that way, I'll take you to the road, to a gated road. But yeah, here's Sand Springs Trail this way. I mean, to a gate along the road back there, not a, anyway. So just take us back to where we started, roughly. Oh, there's a stream up here. Pretty nice sized one. Yeah, because there's a glimpse. Yeah, because that, see how it's all open in there? I can get closer to that. I think there's a nice, like, marshy, swampy area in there. I'm not sure how close we can get. There's like a game trail. Let's go up here. Ooh. Yeah. That's what I've been seeing the whole time. Interesting area. Look at that sky. This little stream flows right out of that area. I think I see remnants of a bridge up there, maybe. I don't know. Nice stream, though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I saw that one stick. It looked like a kind of a bridge, but I don't think so. Let's do some rock. All right, rock hopping was a success. Let's finish this out. Looks like you get to walk along this for a bit. This is actually a really nice stream. Huh. All right. This might be my favorite section here along the stream. I think our trail is taking us away, though. Farewell, beautiful stream. All right, but this section here just seems to be going on forever now. Thought we'd be up with the other side of the loop already. That should be coming up soon, though. Still following the blue blazes, so. But is this our other end of the loop? Oh yeah, I see the parking lot up there. Yeah, so this is. Oh yeah, because here's that tree where I saw all those blaze marks. So it is a loop. You go up this way, way out there, and then you come back. I see cars parked out up here. At least mine. So that's going to be it for the Devil's Elbow, folks. Not a bad hike. Oh, got a raven. Tell me to leave. Yeah, pretty wet in some areas. Some areas are more scenic than others. Like the bugs would be pretty bad depending on the time of year, but anyway, I had a good time. Like I said, it was just pretty quiet out there. Just a few birds. We saw one little red eft, a couple deer. All right, but yeah, the Devil's Elbow Natural Area. Finally did the whole loop. This was it, the Sand Spring Trail. But anyway, I'm rambling. It's only 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go. I have 2 CCC camps that I want to visit today before getting to my campsite. So we're gonna work on getting those done next here. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Maybe at one of those CCC camps.